Perfect.
All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Beth Belzen, and I am here to just talk with you a little bit about spring essentials. Like, how can you get healthy this spring? How can you be ready for it? So a little bit about me. I am an RN and an essential oil educator. I love partnering with people to really bring them the most natural solution that can empower them to be the author of their healthcare so that they can truly be the one in control. So I've got a little presentation for you guys here today. So let me just share my screen. And there we go. Yay. All right. So as far as spring essentials, so I already introduced myself. So I want to tell you a little bit about my class. So thank you for coming. I'm going to set some expectations at first here. So we're going to focus on controlling your seasonal threats so they no longer control you, and then getting active to prevent any unnecessary temporary discomfort, and then cleaning your home, saying goodbye to toxin-filled products, and then utilizing oils in your garden so that you can prevent some pesticides and keep those bugs out of your stuff, and then maybe a few surprises. So I do have some recipes for you. I'm going to send this out in an email with copies of those, but if you want, you can go ahead and get a pen and pencil so that you can write that stuff down so that you'll have it right away. So first and foremost, I chose doTERRA. So one of the reasons that I chose doTERRA is because of their co-impact sourcing. doTERRA sources its oils from all over the world, so each oil is derived from its indigenous environment. When they're grown and harvested in the proper altitude, climate, season, and soil, you end up with a far superior product. And this is where doTERRA's commitment to purity begins. So the second reason is because of doTERRA's certified pure therapeutic grade. It's really important that an oil has no fillers, synthetics, dyes, pesticides, or contaminants of any kind, just pure unadulterated oils. And so I want to show you a little video about doTERRA and how they do this for you. So pardon my bumbling here. Can you hear that okay, Laura? Just nod.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So you can't hear that at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think we'll just skip that because my ability to troubleshoot that is not very good. So the fact that you can hear me is a win. So we're going to skip that. But go ahead and look on YouTube about, it talks about testing and how all the in-depth things that they do to assure the quality for our oils. And so we'll go ahead and move on to the 3 methods of use. And so I know a lot of you have heard this before, but there's 3 ways you can use essential oils. The first is topically. Essential oils reach the bloodstream within 20 seconds and are then distributed throughout the body within the next 20 minutes. And so it's best to dilute oils in a fractionated coconut oil and to avoid skin sensitivity, and just make sure you're always diluting for kids. It's just a good rule to follow. And then aromatically, my favorite way to do this is just put a drop of oil in your hand, rub them together, and then cup and inhale. And so all the things that we're talking about today, the different oils that are going to affect you for seasonal stuff, you can just do that as simply as that, or then we're going to talk about more elaborate ways to use that. And then internally, so doTERRA is the only brand that I would trust internally. So if it's safe for consumption, it's going to say it on the bottle. And I wanted to show you, let's see. So here, hopefully you can see that. You can imagine, so that's the supplemental facts. And then right under it says for internal use, drop in 4 ounces of liquid. So if it says it right on the bottle, you can be assured that it's okay for internal use. But there are some oils of doTERRA's that aren't recommended for internal use. So just always flash double check that when you're using it. So it's clearly labeled, and once you're assured of the quality, you can take it in tea and water, and I really like citrus oils in my water. It just helps me to drink enough water. So hopefully you all have your water here. Cheers. And you're getting hydrated while you're listening to this. So another thing that I want to talk about is just doTERRA is delightful in all levels. There's a lot of different levels that I get passionate about with doTERRA. The first is the Healing Hands Foundation. This is a nonprofit organization that, what is that saying? Oh, my battery, that's lovely. Because my cord is all the way upstairs. So we'll go through here, and then when it gives me another warning, I'll run and get it. So doTERRA's Healing Hands Foundation is a nonprofit organization that partners with doTERRA to bring help and healing to the world. And so the Healing Hands Foundation covers doTERRA covers all the overhead for the Healing Hands Foundation, so that way 100% of your donation is going to those who help. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on there that you can go look at the impact of Healing Hands. And so they partner with lots of different nonprofits to affect change that way. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this share. I'm going to pause the recording. So welcome back. Sorry about that. Hopefully you've got your patience hat on for me here. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to dive back into seasonal threats. So the World Health Organization says that as many as 40% of the world's population suffer from at least one seasonal threat, and that in some countries, seasonal threats have increased by as much as 50%. What's even more disturbing is that those who are suffering are most likely using solutions that cause more harm than good. So that's what's really sad, is you're trying to do what's best to battle it and then making it worse. So there's 5 common seasonal threats: pollen, grass, dust mites, mold, and weeds. And then, of course, foods can be a problem as well. But for now, we're just going to talk about seasonal. So Tri-Ease soft gels. Anyone suffering from seasonal threats needs to consider Tri-Ease soft gels. These can be consumed safely on a daily basis during times of seasonal discomfort to promote clear breathing and overall respiratory health. And each gel contains equal parts of lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and they're known for their ability to maintain clear breathing and healthy immune response when combined together. So lemon peel is really cleansing to the body's systems and is frequently used for upper respiratory support. And lavender is calming and balancing. And then peppermint helps promote that clear breathing and healthy respiratory function. So that's a really convenient way. Those 3 oils are just put together for you in a capsule. And then we have a spring rollerball blend. So if any of you have come to any of my make and takes, you've made what's called seasonal zen. And so I put that in a 5 milliliter roller, and you got to make that in the class. If you've ordered rollers online or from doTERRA or on Amazon, and doTERRA's are a really good deal compared to Amazon. If you haven't seen those, they're in the DIY section. And so you can just put equal parts of all 3 of those oils. So for a 10 mil, which is the common roller size, you're going to do 20 drops of each. And you can also try and make it less diluted. It might work for you. doTERRA's oils are really potent. That's a pretty strong roller, so you can go easy. And then also remember that lemon is a photosensitive oil. Citrus oils are photosensitive. So if you're using it around your face in the sun, you're going to want to not be in the sun for about 12 hours after using that. So when it's sunny, just put it where the sun doesn't shine, maybe behind your ears, kind of on your back, on your spine, that kind of thing. So that's that roller bottle. And then we're going to talk about doTERRA Breathe. So doTERRA has a lot of different products in the Breathe line. The first is just the oil. So this is a remarkable blend of essential oils that's got laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, and then ravensara and ravensara, which they're obviously different. I'm not sure how, but they maintain feelings of a clear airway and easy breathing, and then minimize the effect of the seasonal threats. So you can combine Breathe with lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and they work together really nicely. You can apply it topically to the chest, back, or bottoms of the feet, and diffuse it at nighttime to calm the senses and promote that restful night's sleep. And then Breathe Touch, which is actually this month's product of the month. So if you order before the 15th of the month, greater than 125, you get Breathe Roller Free. And what that is a diluted roller ball ready to go with that Breathe oil that's already got the fractionated coconut oil in it. I really like that for using on kids or just convenience of use quickly rather than the oil and then having to find a carrier oil. And then Breathe Respiratory Drops. Those are what's pictured here. And those are just in a little kind of candy form, and you can just suck on those, and it helps open up your airways and your airway passages really nicely. And then there's also a Breathe Vapor Stick. It's not pictured here, but it's like a little round stick, and it's got that coconut oil, and it's kind of like the hardened coconut oil. And then you can put that on there really easily for kids. It works really well. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to outdoors. So doTERRA's Terra Shield. When it comes to outdoor protection, there's really no better defense. I was just this last weekend talking with someone who had made a blend with a lot of the oils that are in Terra Shield, and it worked so well, but her daughter refused to use it. She would only use something that was prepackaged and felt good to her. And so the gal that used the doTERRA essential oils, didn't get any bites, and her poor daughter was just covered in them. And so she was kind of laughing as she told me, because she's just like, she wouldn't listen. So doTERRA's essential oils are really powerful for doing that as well. So this Terra Shield spray that's pre-made is actually newly updated, and it contains ylang ylang, cedarwood, catnip, lemon eucalyptus, Litsea, which Litsea is an oil that is available in our other markets in Australia and China, I believe. And we got it as a special, I think, last summer. And it is absolutely amazing, cleansing, super yummy oil. And so that's in Terra Shield for you. And Arbor Vitae, which is cedar trees up in Canada, and Nootka, Vanilla Bean Absolute. And then the addition of Tamanu oil provides added support, and this is co-impact sourced from Madagascar. And so the harvesting of that oil positively affects the livelihood of those living there. And so that's really powerful to know that you're also doing something for someone else. And so it's powerful yet safe, and can be used on every member of the family. That way you don't have bugs biting on your little ones, or elderly people that are just trying to enjoy the outdoors. So next, we're going to talk about some sunshine that inevitably, hopefully, will come to us. Right now, it's still rainy and cloudy. But this is kind of a must-have thing. So what this is just lavender, peppermint, and frankincense, which frankincense is optional. You can just do the lavender and peppermint and combine those in a 4-ounce spray bottle. And you can either fill the remainder with water, witch hazel, or fractionated coconut oil. I would recommend either water or the fractionated coconut oil. And put that on when you get a little too much sun, when you've actually got a sunburn, or when you're just feeling like that raw overexposure to sun, and you can reapply that every few hours. So keeping that on hand this summer will just really help. That way you can mitigate those effects of that long-term damage, and that's why frankincense is a really good add for that spray. And then sun support lotion. So I don't use regular sunscreen on my kids. It really contains a lot of toxic garbage. And so I've made this homemade one. Sometimes in a pinch, we'll grab the more natural stuff from the natural food stores, but you really don't want a lot of the chemicals that are in the normal conventional sunscreens. And so you can make this sun support lotion. It's a little bit more involved of a recipe, but it's really worth it. And so I'll post this, so don't feel like you have to write it down, but you're going to use olive oil, fractionated coconut oil, beeswax, zinc oxide. Now, zinc oxide I just got on Amazon. It just comes in a powder. And then vitamin E oil, shea butter, and then some helichrysum oil from doTERRA. Now, this is a little bit more of a spendy oil. I call it stitches in a bottle. It really works good to stop that bleeding, the bruising, anything like that that you're getting. That's what goes on my kids when they have something kind of big happen. And then it also helps mitigate that sun damage effect. And so you're really doing your skin a favor with that. And so apply all those things together minus the helichrysum and the zinc, melt it all down, and then you're going to add your zinc and your helichrysum oil, stir, and then you've got a nice creamy lotion there. So, and that will last about 6 months. So just make that at the beginning of the summer and it should last you. So now we're going to move on to just some outdoor stuff. So these are all some really good just tips and suggestions. So the first is if you're going to go on a long hike, you can apply coriander to your legs. It just helps like invigorate your muscles, invigorate your legs, helps you have a little more stamina. You can also just use plain lemongrass to repel insects. And then putting a little drop of peppermint on the back of your neck will help keep you cool in the outdoor activities if you're going to, you know, especially on those 100-degree days that we get in August. Put that on there and it'll just keep you that extra little coolness. And my friend didn't believe me that it would work. And so I made a little spray bottle, just peppermint, because we wanted to go somewhere on a hot day. And she sprayed just one arm. And then she totally felt like, oh my gosh, that actually did, like this arm does feel cooler. It feels more comfortable. So that's a really good tip. So the next is our doTERRA Athletes Kit. So many of you don't know, this is actually available in your loyalty rewards account for just in a standard order. And these things are 5 ml bottles, so little smaller bottles so you can carry with you along with that deep blue rub. So it's a really good kit for athletes and weekend warriors. You can keep this in your gym bag, your tennis bag, wherever you plan to use where you're active this spring. And what it includes is 5 milliliter bottles of Breathe, On Guard, Lavender, Melaleuca, and Peppermint, and then a big bottle of that deep blue rub. And so Breathe, you can utilize before you work out or before you hike, or if you know you're going to be bothered by environmental stuff at that time. And then On Guard, just protecting you again from getting sick, from getting garbage from our environment. And then Lavender, calming and relaxing, soothe the skin. If you have any like chafing issues, skin issues, lavender is your go-to. And then Melaleuca, I really like that in that kit so that you can just put it on your feet. Like if you went to the gym and took a shower, and just make sure you don't get any kind of fungal garbage. Yoga mat spray. And then when I really like, speaking of yoga mat spray, the regular big bottles of essential oil, you can actually get sprayers to pop in there on the oil sites like Aroma Tools and Oil Life, and pop that on there, and then you can make your own little mini yoga mat spray for next to nothing. So that's really, really a good thing to use. And then peppermint, just if you're feeling low, fatigued on energy. And then Deep Blue Rub, of course, is so amazing for your muscles. Before or after you work out, it just feels amazing, and it's got that natural wintergreen. So many muscle rubs have menthol something in them, but it's not the true wintergreen. And when you have the true wintergreen, you get that good salicylic acid that goes into your muscles and works on that inflammatory response. So are you guys ready to get moving this spring? Okay, so next, we're going to talk about having a squeaky clean home, and nothing better than our On Guard products for that. So doTERRA On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, which is right to the, I don't know if it's your left or right, but right next to the On Guard throat drops. That is awesome, and it lasts forever. I just use one squeeze in a spray bottle and clean everything with it. And I feel like on the back of the bottle, it suggests 2 tablespoons. I feel like just 1 squirt is plenty strong for me, but you can utilize as recommended as well. And this multi-purpose cleaner makes it perfect to clean the hard surface of the kitchen, bathroom, or any room. And then you've got that yummy On Guard smell. That's my favorite. So for a multi-purpose cleaner, you can just put directly in a spray bottle. For bathrooms, you might want to make it just a little bit stronger. It suggests on the bottle to do 3 tablespoons in your spray bottle. You can even wash your dishes with it, and then you can add it to a little area on tough stains and let it soak. And then it does say, because On Guard has some wild orange in it, which is a little bit acidic, it does say that it'd be better not to use that on your natural stone if you have granite or anything like that. So what I used for my granite countertops is, because I was using vinegar and it started to make it look really nasty, and that's because it's too acidic for the natural stone. So in my spray bottle, I use rubbing alcohol, just like a quarter cup. I think I have a 32-ounce spray bottle. Rubbing alcohol, a squirt of just regular Castile soap, and then water, and then whatever essential oil I want to smell good. So, just anything that you like. You can use any oil that you think smells nice. All right, so next. All right, so many large companies launch new and improved cleaning products that claim to protect your family, but what they neglect to inform you about is the harmful chemicals that contain. Our indoor air is some of the most polluted air that we breathe. So you really want, especially with little ones, to make sure that none of your cleaners are toxic in any way. And then what I love is that my kids, I can have them clean and help out, and I don't have to worry about what they're inhaling, what they might be ingesting, what's being absorbed through their skin. So ignorance is not bliss when it comes to cleaning your home, because those ingredients are there whether you like it or not. So these alternatives are not only safer, but cheaper. So some must-have oils for cleaning are lemon, lime, orange, wild orange, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, melaleuca, and purify. What's really funny, when I first started using oils and cleaning with them, my husband was like, it doesn't have that clean smell. So purify kind of smells like that pine sol smell. And so he really liked having that. So then it was like, oh, it smells clean, so it must be clean, because essential oils are volatile. So they're going to go into the air and dissipate. And so that's what I like about them, is you don't have this heavy synthetic thing that's made to hang on into the air. So thyme and peppermint are also really good, as well as On Guard, and then using the cleaner. And so the doTERRA blog has tons of DIY recipes so that you can make a recipe to replace any product that you have. Okay, and so now we're going to move on to gardening. So essential oils can be a really valuable tool for gardeners, and when you're trying to chase away pets, or whether you're trying to improve the health and growth of plants and restoring, obviously, your hands after you've been in the garden, essential oils are really, really good. And so there is a link here for a Gardener's Journal article about using oils, and so I'll post that in the notes. But really good essential oils for garden pests, just using TerraShield. This works really well. Peppermint is really, really good. You can spray peppermint along your doorways too, to keep stuff from coming in. Cinnamon bark is really good. Thyme, geranium, cedarwood is really good. I actually, before I was using oils, got a tick problem in our yard. And so I just found at the hardware store a cedarwood based spray. It totally got rid of all the ticks. And so that's using, obviously, probably a lower quality cedarwood oil, but just knowing that these things do work. And then lemongrass is really good, and arbor vitae. It's really nice to plant lemongrass too, so that just helps prevent stuff from hanging around. And then my favorite, some diffuser recipes. So maybe I'll get handy soon and be able to post like recipes on this Zoom thing, but the time is not there yet. So the first one is Peace Out Pollen, and that's just, of course, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, our allergy trio, and just doing 2 drops of each in your diffuser is a really good thing to do, as people are starting to suffer with that. And then Spring Bliss is you do 2 drops wild orange, 1 drop of geranium, and 3 drops of lavender. Really be careful with your geranium drops in this one, because it is, I don't know if you have geranium at home, it's very potent. It does not take much. And then Spring Rain is really nice for sleep, vetiver and lemon, 3 drops of each. And then this is called Sunny Day, so 2 drops bergamot. If you do not have bergamot yet, it is such a good one. It's really nice, fresh citrus smell. So 2 drops of bergamot, and then 4 of wild orange and 4 of ylang ylang. All right, so if you're like me, you're really excited. asking things like what to do now, what do I know how to use, and how do I get started. So I want you to know that I'm here to help you in your essential oil journey. Obviously, answer any questions, help you with resources, introductions to other people who are on this journey, because it's fun to be in community with others that are using oils. And then additionally, like sending out a special email series to lay the foundation of awareness on incorporating oils into your life. So if you want me to add you to that, please let me know. And then as far as ways to get started, there are 3 ways to use doTERRA oils. The first is to purchase at full retail price. The second is to pay a $35 membership fee and then just purchase them at wholesale price anytime. And then the third is an enrollment kit where you get things actually below wholesale and your membership fee waived. And so I would recommend option 2 or 3 from above. And so if you have any questions about that, please let me know. And so if you're not sure what would benefit your family most, please send me a Facebook message or email me and I'll guide you through. So thank you guys for being with me as we talk about spring use of essential oils. I could obviously go on and on about this for quite a while because it's our passion, and my kids are using oils and we're using oils and all day long, every day. So it's really empowering to see things like yesterday, my son, I was getting ready and he needed to go to school too, but he was done getting ready and just grabbed a bag of chips and was just started eating it in the morning before school because I wasn't there to tell him not to. And he ate, of course, too many. And so he just, as I came down, he was getting out the digestion, putting it on his tummy, getting ready, and then he was ready to go to school. So it's just really cool to empower your family to be able to problem solve like that, so that you aren't the person intervening constantly, listening to whining, complaining. Like, empower them to have a solution so that they can just go and handle it themselves as well as yourself. So thanks very much. I appreciate your time with me today.